No, don't go in there. It looks like the porthole to another realm.
Then I'm definitely going.
Okay, I'm staying here. Well, we've just arrived at this camp spot in Uinta Canyon. It's southwest of Vernal. And anyways, we just got here. It's a beautiful place to camp. You can see I'm in the shade of a tree here, so I got this portable panel out, and it works when the sun's not behind a cloud. Yesterday was the day we had to run from that wildfire, and today was kind of a travel day. I haven't had any cell service at all from northwestern Colorado into northeastern Utah. I still don't have cell service, none. Linda had very little. She's got Verizon, I've got Visible. I have zero. So that's not a good thing. I haven't been able to answer comments on the YouTube videos we have up. Linda did. When she had that little bit of service, she was riding along in the car. She was trying to get to you guys as fast as she could. But anyway, this is going to be a beautiful place to camp. Now this is the good thing about having a portable solar panel, even if you do have panels on the roof of your RV, because the only decent place to camp here was in the shade of this big tree. The hood's up on the car so the engine can cool down, and as soon as it does, then I can check oil level and things like that for tomorrow's run. Now this is interesting. That is a big piece of flake stone, and what this is, if you watch my channel, this is flaked on both sides. This is a, well, some people just call it, that collect, they just call this a tool. Actually, it's the pocket knife of the day. It's sharp all the way around. It's a scraper, maybe used for skinning animals, you know, but that's what that is. Big scraper, or pocket knife. Not particularly good stone though, kind of coarse. Let me pick that up again and show you. That's not a particularly nice piece to make it out of. It's kind of rough stuff. Still sharp, I suppose. You find things like this, artifacts like this, two ways. How to describe it. Most of the time, especially out here in the western states, the pieces that the Indians made, they were very proud of, and they used the best, smoothest, most creamy, glass-like stones they could find. But sometimes they just had to make a tool out of whatever they could come up with, and that's what this is. It's made out of kind of coarse stuff, you know, so it's not real smooth. The making of arrowheads and knife blades and things like that was an art form, and they were very proud of it. You could tell when you look at the fine detail in how they did it and how they thinned it. Other times they just needed to rough something out because they needed it now. Maybe this person shot a deer right here or killed a deer right here, and he lost his knife or something like that, and he needed to rough something out, so he did. Here's another one, not 20 feet from the first one. Same thing, just kind of roughed out. It's a real quartzy kind of stone. Just something to make a blade out of real quick. Leave it there for you to pick up and enjoy. It was a little chilly this morning, so I actually have a fleece on underneath this jacket. Linda's still sleeping, or she's probably getting up by now. I have a two-way radio, so when she gets up, she can contact me. And I'm just poking along the Uinta River here, trying to find a way down to it. Sun is just peeking over the top of the mountain right now. And we're surrounded by the Uinta Indian Reservation. In fact, we took a wrong turn and We were looking for a camp spot and then realized we were on the reservation, and that's not allowed. Although Linda passes for Native American, so she'd probably be able to talk her way out of it. Do you know, Linda is 100% Okinawan. And of all things, the earliest DNA match that they can find for Native Americans is from the Okinawa area. It's from Okinawa. Isn't that odd? I guess Linda's actually related. When they trace down all those DNA rabbit holes, it goes back to the Okinawa or that area. Now, Okinawa is a part, politically it's a part of Japan. But practically it's really not. The Okinawan people are very different than the Japanese. Linda actually has written history books that trace her family lineage back almost 1,000 years. She was so disappointed when we did our DNA test through Ancestor.com. Mine came back, I thought I was half German, half Italian. Mine comes back and there's Norwegian in there, there's Russian, there's Greek. But hers, she was so disappointed because it came back 100% Okinawan, and she was so disappointed. I told her, I says, do you realize how rare that is? She was pretty proud of that. Yeah. Well, the sun's fully up now, and I need to go back to camp and shed a layer and make some coffee. Then yesterday we found this stone. Isn't that pretty? All hand painted. But it was laying out in the middle of the area here, and I actually drove over it with my car. So we're going to wash this one off. It's all dusty. We're going to wash it off, and we're going to actually bring this one home. I know you're supposed to paint a rock and leave a rock, but we're going to keep this rock. So whoever painted this one, thank you. Hey, I want to show Linda that big white scraper that I found just a little bit ago. So I'm going to try to find it again. I don't know if I can or not, but I'm going to go out there and see if I can show it to her. Okay, Linda, come on. Walk this way. Yeah, that's it. Check that out. So just on my walk this morning while you were getting up, I found 3. That's the biggest one. There's tools all through here.
It's really old.
Yeah, it's really old. Yeah.
That.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. This one.
There's another one. Another one. Just a couple of, maybe 4 or 5 yards from that. Well, that's 3 in this immediate area. What's this? A flake. Pretty cool. Boy, they must have been really active. Of course, this is along the river. The river is down a steep embankment just below us here. Maybe 100 yards away is all. I can't get down to the river from this point. And then all the moose scat. There's moose scat just thick in here. So this was probably a prime hunting area back in the day, and they needed these tools. So I hold up the light. You can see the light coming through the edges. It shows you how thin it is around the edges. A piece of beer bottle glass, broken glass. If you pick it up, I'll bet you if you picked it up 1,000 years from now, it would still cut you. So this is This has been laying here a long time.
Look.
I know. I got a hole. I need a new fleece. I got a hole in it. You know what did that? I was wearing this fleece when I was working on a grinder, and it was throwing sparks, and it melted a hole in my fleece.
Yeah, you shouldn't have been wearing a fleece working with a grinder.
I could have caught fire.
Yeah. Poof. Well, good morning. We're packing up to move out, head on down the road. We've been here one night.
One whole night?
Yeah.
You know, of course, this has been a real interesting campsite. That brings up one thing that some people ask us for the latitude, longitude of the places we camp, but that's not what this channel's about.
We show you how to set up your cargo trailer camper. We give you tips on how to do things.
What kind of equipment to take along. We show you different kinds of equipment. And we encourage you to get out and explore for yourself. That's the whole purpose.
We want you to find these places
on your
own.
Yeah, because that's the excitement of it.
Yeah.
Get out and explore. Hey, this video's not over. We're going to take you along in the rest of our day and kind of show you where we end up.
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Sometimes it's good and sometimes it's not. I was just getting ready to recharge my camera here on this Blue Eddy EB55. I love this EB55 as I do the EB70. But the reason I like this one in particular, I've got 4 USB connectors here. It's got a USB-C 100 watt up here, but 4. And like I say, I was just getting ready to hook up my camera. So one of these goes to the camera. One of these goes to one microphone. One of these goes to the other microphone. And one goes to the receiver on top of my camera. I need 4. And this is perfect. Hey, now that she showed you how to do that, let me just give you a little tip about crossing a river on a log like that. And I don't care how old you are, I don't care if you're 8 or 80, you don't look down at your feet. You look out in front of you. If you look down at your feet, you'll fall in. Look out in front of you. It helps to have a stick to steady yourself too. If you don't have a walking stick, just look around and grab a branch that's long enough to, that third stabilizing point really helps. You know those stories about when you hear Sasquatch knocking on a tree? It's just Linda scaring away the bears. I mentioned this in another video a long time ago, but once in a while when you're walking through the woods, turn around and look behind you so you remember what the route out looks like. Sticks are also good for breaking through the spider webs. Was it worth the trip?
Oh yeah. Beautiful river. What's the name?
This is the Uinta.
Right.
Boy, it is a nice river.
I found another use for sticks.
What is it?
Well, did you see me squat down on the bank and get some water?
Yeah.
Well, usually I almost fall head first into the water, but if you have your stick, it keeps you from doing that.
Good idea.
Yes, indeed.
We've got deer right in front of us. 2 of them at least. Yeah, I'm going to enlarge this for you, but it'll probably go kind of fuzzy when I do. They are about 75 feet away. That was a neat little side trip down to the river here.
It was, yeah. The
It was
only hard part was coming back up this hill. It wasn't that bad.
The last little bit was really steep. Almost like being in a, what'd you say, a fairyland?
Fairy tale.
Yeah.
You know, like when Hansel and Gretel go through the woods.
Spooky.
Never mind their evil, was it?
It was a witch.
Right.
Yep. Well, anyways, you guys, we're going to get on the highway, head on down the road. So poor Linda, this morning she sat down to drink her coffee and she went to put her right foot up on top of her knee so she could tie her shoelace, and there was part of a ground cactus.
Part? It was huge.
It was like a cactus puffball that was stuck to the heel of her shoe, and she drove it right into her knee, and I felt so bad that I made up my mind right there and then to buy her lunch.
That should happen more often then.
Anyways, we're going to go in for, this is a Mexican food place. We're going to go in and try it.
Try it out.
That food in there was excellent. It was all fresh cooked, huge proportions. Beetos in Duchesne, Colorado. Beetos in Duchesne, Utah. Yeah, this place rocks. All freshly done, freshly cooked. And I don't know. Look at this. There's like 3 pounds of food here left over in the to-go boxes. Good thing we got refrigeration.
I think we ate 3 pounds apiece too. It was really good.
Well, this is where we stopped for the night. It's a National Forest campground. Not bad for a travel stop, because we're actually en route. We're trying to get to Nevada, to those places we love.
Yep. Are we still in Utah?
Yeah, we're about 20 miles east of Provo on Highway 6. And this is the Uinta National Forest.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, sure.
Diamond campground or something?
Yeah. Yeah, today was filled with the things that you saw. Some really great Mexican food. Gas stops, which are really painful these days. Highway rest stops full of truckers and people walking their dogs and checking their engines and doing rest stop things.
Pumping up tires.
And we had to make a stop to
take some photos.
Take some photos for one of our channel supporters and sponsors. So that's a little thing we do every day. We have to do a little bit of that. Sometimes it's working on the reviews. Sometimes it's doing the testing for the reviews. Sometimes the photo work. But now
It's not always flashing lights. And it's not always red carpet.
yeah, sometimes it's work.
Yeah.
But we enjoy it. Well, thanks you guys for coming along. We appreciate it. And
We'll see you on the next one.
see you around.